Strikers, strikers, strikers. Bienvenue mes amis, welcome in. I'm very tired, sorry. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you are all doing well today. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the almost certainly, well, the nearly daily show here on Football Therapy where I talk about what's being said in the news about the Blues. I'm not going to do any rhyming today. Giving you my opinion on it, but more importantly, of course, asking for yours. Now, strikers are the big one for Chelsea. We probably will get a centre-half, maybe a midfielder, but really we're going in for one super striker because Tammy Abraham probably, and certainly Olivier Giroud will be out the door in the summer, and we're not really playing Timo Werner down the middle. We need a striker. A lot hangs in the balance if Chelsea beat Aston Villa this weekend and secure Champions League football, which will add best part of 100 million to the transfer budget. So a lot of things hang in the balance at the moment, but I want to talk to you about the strikers that have been linked to Chelsea. I'm not going to be citing the articles just for this one particular Chelsea news video because there has been so many talking about all these strikers. I'm going to talk to you about what I know about each one and how I feel about it, and we'll together open up a discussion in terms of what's most likely. Do consider subscribing to this channel if you want to show your sweet love and support. Hit that bell notifications icon. Hey, only if you want to. You are welcome to drop a like if you want to show continued support. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you. That's right, I'm thanking all of you, my sweet viewership, for helping me out and supporting my new exciting project, Football Yannick. That's right, it's my second channel where I talk all things football, not exclusively Chelsea. I've got a bunch of new equipment to do it seated at my desk. You might like it. Please do go check out Football Yannick by clicking the link in the description. Takes a second, go subscribe, show your support, my friends, if you want to. Anyway, let's get into today's video. Right then, Chelsea are doing well under Thomas Tuchel. Ups and downs, of course, but generally mainly ups. By all accounts, the collective consensus is the board are very happy with Tuchel, and we can imagine he'll be signing a new deal. They will back him. And I think, again, common consensus is that they really want a new striker. Chelsea head honcho negotiator Marina Granovskaya will be looking at the options around Europe and be looking to negotiate whatever they can for an elite top-tier striker funded by the big man behind the head honcho, Roman Abramovich. Provided Chelsea do qualify for the Champions League, they will spend big on the centre forward. So let's go through the options that have been linked to Chelsea of late, these sort of elite options, and let me give you some information on it. Sergio Aguero, that's right, Sergio Kun Aguero, a Premier League great, still about, 32-ish, not completely done and dusted in his career, on a free transfer. So this would cost no money at all. Proven in the Premier League to be a gunman, but has fallen off a little bit of late in terms of his mobility, hence Pep Guardiola sort of phasing him out, playing false nines and perhaps looking elsewhere. Now, a lot of Chelsea fans would have been like, Sergio Aguero at Chelsea for a season or two on a free transfer? Yes please. And by all accounts, certain reputable journalists were saying, yes, Chelsea were looking at Sergio Aguero as an option and being like, oh, this guy is proven, he's got a decent profile, and short-term option, he could be excellent. But since more news has come out, journalists like Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Sergio Aguero is likely to go to Barcelona on a 2-year deal. Of course, he's very close, like family, with Lionel Messi, his fellow Argentinian, and Spanish speaker, Barcelona, big club. They don't have that much money, so it makes sense for them to get a free transfer. He's likely to end up at Barcelona. Right, let's move on to the next striker. Cool, so next up is Robert Lewandowski, the Polish, absolutely insane gunman of the Bundesliga, of course, plays for Bayern Munich. Now, Robert Lewandowski has a very strong case for the best centre-forward in the world. The best striker in the world right now. For me, I would have put him just above Kane, maybe as the best. The only issue is, with Kane, he's a proven entity in terms of Premier League goal scoring, but Robert Lewandowski is absolutely insane. The amount of goals he scores domestically, and of course in the Champions League, to prove he can score at the highest level. Now, people thought he might be sort of dipping with age, but in fact he's getting better, doing the opposite of Sergio Aguero. The season where they didn't have the Ballon d'Or, he won all these trophies. I'll put the image on in front of me now. He won the quad, I believe, with Bayern Munich under Hansi Flick, won top goal scorer, best player in the Champions League, top goal scorer in the Champions League, League, Club World Cup, absolutely everything. Every single award his team could have won, and I'm pretty sure every single individual award he could have won, he won, except the Ballon d'Or because they cancelled it that season, which is the biggest robbery in football. He should have had the Ballon d'Or easily, like easily ahead of Ronaldo and Messi and all the others. Was this last season? This guy hasn't dropped off all of a sudden. Yes, he's, not young, he's in his 30s now, early 30s, but in terms of quality and ability to just keep going, he looks like the best. The only reason is it would be a bit of a risk for Chelsea, again an unknown quantity in the Prem, and his profile and age, etc. But Sky Germany did report that Chelsea were looking at him and considering him. Maybe he wasn't completely happy at Bayern Munich. We'll have to see, maybe he wants more money or something like that, but he's certainly been linked. Sky Germany reported it, and he's an elite striker. I absolutely love him. Do I think he's the best purchase for Chelsea? Probably not. So in terms of longevity and long-term investment, let's move on to the next striker and talk about Erling Braut Haaland. Now, if you really want bang for your buck, odds are you'll be going for this young Norwegian striker Erling Haaland, an absolute goal machine with a sort of ridiculous return. Absolute filth. It's like a goal a game across all competitions for Dortmund. He's got no problem scoring in the Champions League. He's literally offended if he doesn't score at least one goal per game. He's tall, strong, fast, and he's absolutely lethal. He's so young. He's 20 years old. He's like, he's going to probably be 7-8 years younger than Kane, at least a decade younger than Robert Lewandowski and Sergio Aguero. And he's got the world in front. He'll probably score 600 goals plus in his career or something ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? He's that kind of player. So in terms of investment, he makes the most sense for a club because he's young. He could play for your club for a decade, or even if you wanted to leave, you could have him under contract and make your money back on him. If you make your money back on a player who's already scored loads of goals for you, that's an amazing, investment. Super smart business acumen. Three problems with Erling Haaland, not proven in the Premier League, like many strikers, of course. Agent is Mino Raiola, and I don't think just because he could stay at your club for 10 years doesn't mean he's going to. He could get bored in 2 years, something could happen, Mino Raiola could cause up a fuss, and he'll be like, alright, I'm ready for Real Madrid now. I'm not saying he's that kind of character, but he's moved from Salzburg to Dortmund very quickly, and he could move from Dortmund to somewhere else very quickly. With that agent, maybe he's the type of player to sort of jump around. And there's another issue. Dortmund have secured Champions League football for next season. They've won the Pokal as well, so he probably feels like he's in a good team. And Dortmund are going to dig their heels in, and they're very unlikely to sell him this summer, and they're far more likely to sell Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's price will probably have dipped for about 40 million from last summer, from about 120 to 80, so he could be a viable player, but he's not a striker, so we're not talking about him in this video. Let's move on and talk about Harry Kane. Right, so the big sensational story of the summer so far is Harry Kane wants to leave. The stories broke that he's got a gentleman's agreement with Daniel Levy to let him go. He spoke on the Gary Neville YouTube channel, playing golf. I don't quite understand that channel. Saying, yeah, sell me. Maybe he'd like to sell me. I'm probably worth 100 million plus, and I won't be worth that in a couple of years. So, hopefully we can reach, the way he was talking, he's like, yeah, let's make this happen. I'm going this summer. And of course, he said that emotional goodbye at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when he went around waving to the fans, applauding. That was a goodbye. He looked emotional. Harry Kane is done out here at Tottenham. And God bless him, mate. He needs to get out there and win some trophies. He's going to be 28 before he plays football again. And yeah, I say it in every video, but Jude Bellingham's 11 years younger, and he's already got one more, major trophy to his name. Issue is, Kane will cost a lot of money, and if Levy has to sell to Chelsea because he can't sell to anyone else, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be an extra 20-30 million. Kane wants to stay in the Premier League. He wants to break Premier League scoring records, so it's between the Manchester clubs and Chelsea. Chelsea being at the bottom of the list because it's a London rival. Levy will hate that. City seems perfect, but they generally don't spend over 100 million on players. Chelsea might. Man United probably would spend that much. So maybe Man United is the most likely destination, but they've just re-signed Edinson Cavani, who's a baller. We'll see what happens there, but Chelsea are very much keeping their eye on Harry Kane. Right, finally, let's talk about Romelu Lukaku. Now, a name that's floated around the sort of papers and has become a more and more potent story, I guess, over the last couple of months is Chelsea's ex-Belgian striker, Lukaku. Like Harry Kane, he's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. Maybe not quite as clinical and lethal as Kane, probably not quite as good a striker as Kane, most people would admit, but still a very, very good striker with an insane scoring record in his career, both for club and country. and he's been excellent for Inter Milan. They've just won the Scudetto with Antonio Conte, and he's still got love for Chelsea, Romelu Lukaku. He said it himself, he's got nothing but love and he's thankful to them. Some kind of words he would not say about Manchester United, and there's a sense that there's some unfinished business at Stamford Bridge. Lukaku would cost a lot of money. Inter do need money, the company that owns them are in financial problems, but as long as Antonio Conte remains at Inter, he won't sell Lukaku, he won't sanction it. But maybe if he does indeed go this summer, the club thinks, well, we need a rebuild, let's sell Lukaku for 80, 90, 100 million to Chelsea. Should Chelsea be prepared to pay that? It's a lot of money. Probably wouldn't be my first choice, Lukaku, although I do really like him, and you'd feel safe with Lukaku knowing you're gonna get X amount of goals, and then maybe you could win the league. Do you know what I mean? It's probably not, you could probably say 8 to 10 goals less than Harry Kane or something across all competitions, but ultimately you could still win the league with that striker. So as an option, Chelsea are looking at all these options, and probably more if none of them are available, and we'll have to see how this story develops. So what do you think, guys? Get in the comment section below, who do you think is most likely and what would be your alternatives from this list? Drop a like if you want to show your support on this channel, on this video, and please do go check out Football Yannick. Now we're at the end of the video, click the link in the description, go show your sweet love there, my friends. Other than that, thank you very much, enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.